Good morning. Welcome to American BBQ'ers. Today, smoking a pork butt. I seasoned it last night with the Yardbird seasoning. Let it sit overnight in my refrigerator just like this. I've got hickory pellets in my hopper. Right now we're sitting around 250 degrees. That's where I'm going to smoke it. Get this boy on. Probe in. Get my lid shut. When it's really cold outside, make sure you work quickly. We're about 38 degrees right now. You leave the lid open for too long, you're really going to lose the heat out of these pellet grills, and your grill's going to struggle to catch up. So we got our pork butt on at 160 degrees. I'm going to pull it off. We'll come back. We're going to wrap it, put it back on for the last haul. We're going to pull our butt right around 203 degrees so it can rest right before we pull it. Okay, it's been about 6 hours now. Pork butt has hit 165 degrees. We got some nice color going on. Good bark started on it. Now we're going to wrap it. I prefer wrapping everything except if I do 3-2-1 ribs with pink butcher paper or peach paper. Sometimes it'll even be called unbleached, non-waxed butcher paper. The only time I use aluminum foil is for a 3-2-1 rib. The foil tends to make the meat steam more, causing more of the moisture to come out. You'll usually end up with a lot of juice inside your foil. You don't want that. You want to try to keep as much moisture inside as possible. So, got our pork butt, got our paper. Grab it here. We're going to wrap it as tight as we can. Okay. Nice tight wrap. And then from here, I actually will leave it in a pan, because what juices that will come out, I want to catch those juices, because after our pork is pulled, I'm going to take whatever juices we caught in the pan and I'm going to mix back in with our meat. That way we ensure we got a lot of juices and we don't have a dry product when we go to eat later on. So wrapped, put in a pan. Here we are going to go to 203 degrees internal temperature. When we come back, we'll have it pulled off. We're going to wrap it again in another layer of the butcher paper. We're going to wrap it in a couple towels, and we're going to rest. A pork butt, I like to give at least a good 2 hours, 3 hours if you can, of resting to let all the juices on the inside have a chance to kind of settle down. During cooking, they get worked up, and as soon as you cut into it or you start to pull it, they want to start falling out. It takes great pictures, great videos. You can see all this juice just pouring out of your meat. Looks fantastic. However, that's all the juice that makes your product nice and moist. If you let it pour out to take those pictures or videos, or you take and you squeeze that piece of meat, especially brisket, just to show all the juices coming out, well, you just let all the juices come out. Now you've got a dry product. So back on, we'll be back at 203 degrees. I'm going to estimate that's probably going to be a good 4 or 5 more hours from now. So like I said, we've been on 6 hours, so we're looking at about 11 to 12 hours total cooking time. But again, that's going to vary. But we'll be back. All right, we've hit 203 degrees. So I got the pork butt pulled off. Got another layer of butcher paper. Just pull it out of this pan. Gotta have to be careful because your pork butt will be tender. Another layer of the paper like so. And then you can just take any towel wrap it really well. Like so. And the best place to set this will be in a cooler. And you're going to want to let it rest for about 2 to 3 hours wrapped. That'll get all the juices to settle down, redistribute back inside of the meat. So after we've rested for about 3 hours, we will unwrap it and we will do the bone test. See how clean that bone comes out. Okay, we've rested for about 2 hours. Right here's our finished product. We've got our bone right here. And if we just give it a nice light tug, that bone comes out nice and clean. There we go. As you can see, it's been wrapped for 2 hours in towels, and we still have lots of steam coming out of our meat. From here, you go ahead and you can pull it, add some barbecue sauce if you want, or just leave it as is. You can add a little more of your rub to give some more flavor if that's what you're looking for. But this right here is pulled pork.